Look at somebody next to you and tell them, move, because this is my year to win. I didn't say it was going to be easy. I didn't say there wouldn't be resistance, but I came to announce to every doubt, every delay, every disappointment that tried to define you, your season has shifted. You've cried enough nights. You've waited long enough seasons. You've carried burdens you never signed up for. But hear me clearly, what you survived was not sent to stop you. It was sent to shape you. This is not the year you sit on the sidelines watching other people live your dream. This is not the year you keep explaining your pain instead of walking in your power. This is the year you rise up with scars and still stand tall. I came to tell you, you didn't come this far to lose now. This is your year to win. Winning starts with a shift in mindset, because no victory ever shows up in your hands before it shows up in your head. Long before the doors open, long before the breakthrough manifests, long before the applause ever comes, there is a quiet battle taking place in your thinking. The enemy doesn't start by attacking your future. He starts by attacking your belief that you even deserve one. And that's why some people stay stuck, not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they have been living with a defeated mindset in a season that requires dominant thinking. You cannot walk into a winning year carrying losing thoughts. You can't step into new territory rehearsing old fears. If you keep telling yourself what you can't do, what you missed, and who walked away, you will unconsciously shrink your own possibilities. Your mindset either gives you permission to rise or excuses to retreat. And many people have mastered survival thinking when this year demands victory thinking. A winning mindset does not deny reality, but it refuses to be imprisoned by it. It acknowledges the struggle but speaks hope anyway. It sees the obstacle but still expects progress. It understands that setbacks are not signals to stop, but signs that growth is taking place. When your mindset shifts, failure stops being final and starts becoming feedback. Pain stops being punishment and starts becoming preparation. Some of you have been thinking too small for the season you're stepping into. You've been praying big prayers, but carrying little expectations. You've been asking for overflow while still thinking in scarcity. But this year requires you to upgrade how you see yourself. You are not who you were when you were broken. You are not who you were when you were rejected. You are not who you were when you were afraid. You have evolved, even if you don't feel it yet. When your mindset shifts, you stop asking, what if it doesn't work? And you start declaring, what if it does? You stop rehearsing worst case scenarios and start preparing for best case outcomes. You stop talking yourself out of opportunities and start walking yourself into purpose. And suddenly, doors you never knocked on begin to open because your confidence finally matches your calling. This is the year you stop waiting to feel ready and start moving, because you are ready. This is the year you stop shrinking in rooms you prayed to enter. This is the year you stop apologizing for the anointing, the intelligence, the creativity, and the resilience that kept you alive. A winning year demands a winning mindset, and a winning mindset begins when you decide that your past does not get to vote on your future anymore. Change your thinking and you will change your direction. Change your direction and you will change your results. This is not just a new year on the calendar. It is a new year in your consciousness. And when your mind aligns with your destiny, winning is no longer a possibility. It becomes inevitable. Your past does not disqualify your future. Too many people are walking around carrying yesterday like a chain around their necks, thinking that the mistakes, the failures, and the disappointments of their past define who they are today or who they will be tomorrow. But let me tell you something. What broke you yesterday was never meant to stop you. It was meant to build you. Every setback, every heartbreak, every closed door has a purpose far greater than your pain. The very things that tried to keep you down were training you, shaping you, and preparing you for the victory that is waiting for you right now. You are not your failures. You are not your regrets. You are not the sum of what went wrong. You are the sum of what you have learned, how you have grown, and the strength you've gathered from surviving the storms. that once threatened to defeat you. Far too often, people think that their past mistakes are permanent labels, like tattoos etched on their destiny. They carry guilt and shame as if it were a crown, as if the weight of yesterday could define the weight of their tomorrow. But God, life, and even destiny itself do not work that way. The past is not a prison, it is a classroom. The struggles, the losses, and the failures are not walls, they are stepping stones. Every time you fell, you were learning how to rise. Every time you were rejected, you were discovering your value. Every time you lost, you were building resilience. And now today, all of that experience, all of that history, all of that struggle becomes fuel for your future. You cannot move forward while apologizing for the life you have already lived. You cannot embrace greatness while clinging to regret. You must release the past, forgive yourself for what you could not control, and claim the authority to write a new chapter. Your history is not a barrier, it is a foundation. It is the proof that you have endured, that you have survived, and that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. The truth is, everyone has a past, but not everyone has a future that matches their dreams. The difference is not perfection, it is perspective. The difference is not flawless history, it is faithful action. Your future does not require you to erase your past, it requires you to rise above it. Every scar, every wound, every mistake is testimony that you are stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you were before. And when you finally see your past for what it truly is, not a burden, but a blessing, you will walk boldly into your destiny, knowing that nothing can disqualify you from the life that was created for you. This is your moment to step into your greatness, not in spite of your past, but because of it. The pain you endured was not your sentence, it was your setup. The failures you faced were not your ending, they were your preparation. And today is the day to rise, to claim, and to declare your past does not define you, it propels you. Pressure is proof that you are close to your purpose. Many people run from pressure, thinking that it is a sign that something is wrong, a signal that they are failing, or a warning to stop. But let me tell you, the very fact that you are feeling the weight, the struggle, and the tension is proof that you are on the edge of breakthrough. Diamonds do not form without pressure. Gold is not refined without fire. And greatness is not birthed in comfort. The very resistance that makes you question yourself, the obstacles that seem too heavy to carry, and the storms that threaten to overwhelm you are not enemies. They are indicators that you are growing, that you are stretching, and that you are moving closer to the destiny that has been waiting for you. Every season of pressure is a classroom in which strength, patience, and resilience are being taught. When life pushes you, it is not trying to punish you, it is trying to prepare you. When responsibilities pile up, when expectations feel impossible, when critics and circumstances seem determined to hold you back, it is not because you are weak, it is because your assignment is significant. The people who accomplish extraordinary things are not the ones who avoid pressure. They are the ones who learn to stand in it, to trust through it, and to allow it to refine them. Pressure exposes what you are made of. It reveals your character, tests your faith, and forces you to dig deeper than you thought possible. Too often we run from discomfort, thinking that ease is the signal for safety, when in reality, ease is often a trap. Pressure is proof that your life is evolving, that your vision is expanding, and that your breakthrough is near. It may feel heavy, it may feel unfair, it may feel relentless. But if you can endure, if you can persevere, and if you can maintain your focus in the middle of it, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable than you have ever been. You must learn to see pressure as a teacher rather than a tormentor. It is a force that molds you, shapes you, and prepares you for a level of success that comfort could never create. The moments when you feel most squeezed, most tested, and most challenged are often the moments that define you. They separate the ordinary from the extraordinary, the dreamers from the doors, and the spectators from the champions. So when life pushes against you, do not shrink. When circumstances seem overwhelming, do not quit. When the weight feels unbearable, do not despair. Remember, pressure is proof that you are not in the wrong place, that you are not failing, and that you are not stuck. Pressure is proof that your purpose is near, that your breakthrough is approaching, and that the life you have been praying for is on its way. The pressure is not the problem. It is the promise. It is the sign that something big is about to happen, and you, my friend, are about to rise. Consistency will carry you where motivation cannot. Too many people are waiting for a surge of inspiration to show up before they act, thinking that motivation alone is enough to sustain their journey. But motivation is fleeting. It comes in waves, and it leaves just as quickly as it arrives. Some days you will feel inspired, energized, and ready to conquer the world. Other days you will feel tired, overwhelmed, and uncertain. If you rely on how you feel in the moment, your dreams will always remain just out of reach. Consistency, however, is steady. Consistency is the bridge between desire and achievement. Consistency is what turns small, repeated actions into monumental results. Every step you take, no matter how small, compounds over time when you commit to consistency. It is not the grand gestures, the sporadic bursts of effort, or the moments of brilliance that guarantee victory. It is showing up every single day. It is choosing to do the work when you don't feel like it. It is continuing when the world doubts you, when fear whispers that it's too late, and when your mind tries to convince you that the effort is pointless. That is what separates the ones who talk about their dreams from the ones who live them. Consistency turns ordinary routines into extraordinary outcomes. Many people quit too soon because they confuse struggle with failure. They believe that just because progress is slow, their efforts are in vain. But the truth is, slow progress is still progress. Every day that you do the work, every moment that you persevere, every action that aligns with your goals brings you one step closer to victory. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, the universe is moving behind the scenes for those who refuse to give up. Consistency creates momentum, and momentum is unstoppable once it gains force. Consistency also builds trust in yourself. When you show up day after day, you develop discipline, self-respect, and confidence. You begin to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. You begin to see that your dreams are not fantasies, but achievable realities. You begin to understand that the only limits that exist are the ones you allow to remain in your mind. Motivation is nice, but it cannot replace the power of reliable, relentless action. This year, you must commit to showing up. Even when you don't feel like it, you must commit to doing the work. Even when results are not immediate, you must commit to persistence. Even when the journey is long and difficult, every step, no matter how small, builds the foundation for your victory. While motivation will carry you for a moment, consistency will carry you all the way to the finish line. The difference between those who dream and those who win is simple. Winners don't wait for motivation. They create their own momentum and move forward with relentless consistency. You must let go to level up. There are seasons in life when holding on feels safer than letting go, but the truth is that holding on to the wrong people, the wrong habits, and the wrong mindsets will keep you stuck in a place far below your potential. Leveling up requires release. It requires courage. It requires the willingness to walk away from what is familiar, comfortable, or even seemingly necessary in order to embrace the new, the unknown, and the extraordinary. Too often we cling to what we know, even when it no longer serves us, because the unknown is frightening. But your breakthrough, your elevation, and your victory live on the other side of release. Letting go does not mean giving up. It does not mean failure. It does not mean weakness. It means understanding that growth demands change, and that growth cannot occur in stagnant waters. Every season of advancement requires pruning, shedding and cleaning out what no longer belongs in your life. If you are serious about moving forward, you must examine what you are holding on to and ask yourself whether it empowers you or restrains you. Sometimes it is people, sometimes it is patterns, sometimes it is fears, and sometimes it is past hurts. Whatever it is, if it is keeping you from your destiny, it must be released. The reality is you cannot move forward with one foot anchored in the past. You cannot step into your purpose while carrying baggage that weighs you down. You cannot claim the promotion, the opportunity, or the blessing while still clinging to what God is asking you to leave behind. Letting go is a statement of faith. It is saying, I trust that the future is bigger than the past, and I trust that what is coming for me is greater than what I am leaving behind. When you release, you make room for the new. When you let go, you open your hands to receive. When you surrender, you align with the life you were meant to live. Letting go is never easy. It hurts. It challenges your comfort. It forces you to confront fear. But it also liberates, it also empowers, it also transforms. Every person who has risen to greatness has learned the art of release. They have learned that clinging to what was familiar keeps them from embracing what is extraordinary. They have learned that their next level of success requires clearing space in their life for new ideas, new opportunities, and new alliances. If you are waiting for the perfect moment to let go, it will never come. If you are waiting until it feels safe, you will remain in the same place. The time to release is now. The time to trust is now. The time to step into your level is now. Your growth, your breakthrough, and your victory are waiting, but they cannot enter until you release what is holding you back. Let go not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Let go not because you want to forget, but because you want to rise. Let go not because it is the end, but because it is the beginning of a greater chapter. The only way to level up is to release what no longer serves you. And when you do, your life will expand beyond anything you ever imagined. Faith requires action, not just belief. Too often, people confuse faith with wishful thinking. They pray, they hope, they declare words over their lives, but they do not move. Faith that does not move is faith that stagnates. True faith is alive, active, and relentless. It steps into the unknown with courage, even when fear is knocking at the door. It acts in obedience, even when the circumstances do not make sense. It takes what it believes and transforms it into action. Faith is not passive. It is the bridge between your prayers and your purpose, between your dreams and your destiny. Belief alone cannot create breakthrough. You can stand on your mountaintop of vision and declare your future all day long, but until you put your feet to the path, your vision will remain a dream. Faith demands movement. It demands that you do what you can with what you have, even when it seems insufficient. It demands that you step into opportunity before it is fully clear, that you make decisions that align with your destiny even when the outcome is uncertain, and that you act in accordance with the promises you have claimed, even when the world tells you otherwise. Faith is always accompanied by action. Without action, belief becomes empty, words become hollow, and potential remains untapped. Many people fail to experience their breakthrough because they are waiting for perfect conditions. They are waiting for the perfect timing, the perfect circumstances, the perfect plan. But faith moves in imperfection. Faith moves in the middle of uncertainty. Faith moves when the path is unclear. It is not the absence of difficulty that defines faith. It is the courage to act despite difficulty. Every step you take in faith activates doors that cannot be opened any other way. Every risk you take in faith positions you closer to your purpose. Every act of obedience in faith aligns you with the life you were created to live. Faith also requires endurance. It is not a one-time act. It is a daily choice to trust, to move, and to act. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the results are delayed, moments when you feel like giving up. In those moments, your action is what proves the authenticity of your faith. Faith is not measured by feelings, by circumstances, or by immediate results. Faith is measured by your willingness to continue when nothing seems to be happening, when the world says stop, and when fear whispers quit. True faith keeps moving. True faith keeps working. True faith keeps sowing seeds, even in the soil that looks barren, because it knows the harvest is coming. This year, if you want to win, you must pair your belief with action. You must move when you feel like staying. You must risk when it feels safer to hold back. You must act when it seems uncertain, because faith without action is wasted potential. Faith is not just a feeling, it is a force. It is a power that turns prayers into results, dreams into reality, and vision into victory. Step forward boldly, act courageously, And watch as the life you have been believing for begins to manifest in ways you never thought possible. Faith requires action, and action is how winning becomes inevitable. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me now. This is your year to rise, your year to shine, your year to win. No more waiting on the sidelines. No more standing in the shadows of doubt. You were not created to be ordinary. You were not made to settle for less. Everything inside of you is screaming for breakthrough, for victory, for triumph, and it is time to answer that call. I don't care how long it took to get here. I don't care how many doors slammed in your face, how many people doubted you, or how many storms tried to break you. All that history, all that struggle, all that pain was not the end, it was the preparation. And now, right here, right now, the heavens are aligning, the universe is conspiring, and destiny is knocking at your door. But let me tell you something, you have to move, you have to rise, you have to step into the place God, life, and purpose have been preparing just for you. This is the year you refuse to be held back. This is the year you refuse to let fear talk louder than faith. This is the year you refuse to let yesterday dictate your tomorrow. You are walking into victory that others only dream about. You are stepping into a future that was written for you before you even took your first breath. So rise up with courage, walk with boldness, speak with authority, act with purpose. And when they ask how you did it, tell them, I believed, I fought, I persevered, and I refused to quit. Because this, my friends, this is your year to win.